Focus your mind to this bell sound and follow the sound, please. And gently close your eyes, and while you're focusing to the sound, let your body to settle down and relax your mind and relax your breathing. And follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, before we get into practice, I will give some information which may help for you while you practice. So, remember the very first thing, here we practice samatha mental culture and vipassana mental culture. Our main purpose is developing the awareness and achieve to the wisdom. And we're not going to stop on the way. So you have to keep the mind, you have to set up your goal to the highest place, and on the way, you may get some information, some other things, but always remember that your main purpose. So even while you practicing, I will give you some information, and this is very important. When you practice, when you sit for meditation, even yourself, whenever you have time, 1 minute, when you sit for meditation, if you know you're doing this for that with the purpose to find the highest wisdom, you're going to have less disturbances. So if for anything it is that you can apply, but for meditation, always remember when you sit, you have to be very clear with the purpose within yourself. So then when it comes to samatha and even the vipassana, both our main purpose is that transform ourselves and getting to the wisdom. So when you remind it again and again, so that will help you to have less disturbances. So when you don't see the purpose, when you don't remind the purpose, sometimes the mind becomes lethargic, lazy, so and sleepy, like that. So then always remember yourself, especially when it comes to tranquility meditation, before you get into the deeper level, just when you start to practice, and little by little, start to remind about it. That is very important. It will help you to stay on the path. And the other thing is that no much disturbance is going to come. So in the beginning, we trying to practice tranquility meditation. So in the beginning, our main purpose is the wisdom, recognizing the ultimate truth. And so from there, we develop two paths. One is tranquility meditation, and other one is vipassana meditation. So when it comes to tranquility meditation, we use outside object to tranquilize our mind. We need not the thoughts. We need a primary mental object to tranquilize our mind. For that, we take the breathing. So from there, so the tranquility meditation means it like there are, I will give that there are different schools introduce this meditation in different ways. So when you know that, it will help you to understand the very nature of this meditation technique. So one is, it's called Samatha Bhavana. The Samatha means it bringing down everything. And another one called tranquility meditation. This is all the same meaning. Another one called Chitta Bhavana. And another one is called this collective mind. So the collective mind itself means that you bring all the thoughts to one point. And that is where you develop this collective mind. Your mind completely, your whole mind stay with one thing. Because mostly that sometimes in day-to-day life, while we listening to something, we watching something, we eating something, we talking with somebody, and even the maybe you sit next to somebody. So like this, all your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, it's kind of like a going roller coaster. You are involving with things, and your mind, it's become so busy moving place to place, place to place, place to place. So that is itself unrest the mind. So this collective mind means your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, consciousness. This all the consciousness you bring to one point and stay with that. So what is that point? Is inhalation, exhalation. You feel inhalation and you see the inhalation, you smell the inhalation. If you can, it is okay, you can eat the inhalation, because it's kind of like you completely get into that. You touch the inhalation. So your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, conscious, this all is consciousness. You come to with the just observe the inhalation, exhalation. That is the collective mind. And then you don't put any attention to anything. So that is where you're going to be more calm down. And in a certain level, what happening, that's another name called this single pointed meditation. So the single pointed meditation also called the same thing. You focus to one thing and stay with that. And one pointed meditation, you focus to one thing and stay with it. So this all introduced the tranquility meditation called Samatha Bhavana. So in the tranquility meditation, so how we practice it, in the beginning, we focus our mind in front of our nose and our upper lip area. So when we observe that, we observe the very nature of the inhalation, exhalation. In the beginning, recognize inhalation, exhalation separately. So it is important not to involving with the inhalation, exhalation, not to disturb to its own, not to interfere with it, not to comment or resist anything. No, completely surrender and accept and recognize. When the inhalation happen, recognize this is inhalation. When the exhalation happen, recognize this is exhalation. When the mind little by little settle down, if it is not, it is okay, just keep doing. In case if the mind settle down a little bit and observe from beginning to end, inhalation, exhalation, this entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. If you settle down with it, then observe more little bit deeply and see some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like that. And sometimes you're not going to experience these things in order. But whatever you see, if it is related with the inhalation, exhalation, just remember to observe it little bit deeply and recognize it. And then you will see little by little, mind will settle down, and the mind, the body, and the breathing in a certain level start to become one. So once it becomes like that, what we do? We then go to Vipassana meditation. So in the Samatha meditation, it was a it has a nature. We step by step format this inhalation, exhalation, and we follow it. And we always surrender to the inhalation, exhalation. And we it's kind of like that the subject and object, we observe from outside. So we had all the Samatha meditation technique has this nature. But Vipassana level of meditation, it is completely different. Now the mind is tranquilized, then the mind is calmed down, and the mind is come to one point, and it is all the collected, the mind settled down with the inhalation, exhalation. Now from that mind, rather than staying there, settle down there, and we're going to observe how we experience the inhalation, exhalation. That means in Samatha meditation, we observe the outside object. But in the Vipassana level, we observe inner experience. It's totally different nature. But to get into that, without tranquilized mind, we cannot get into that. So that is why we go in the first there. So when it going to observe the very nature of the experience with the inhalation, exhalation, the very first thing we observe the 5 aggregates. In that 5 aggregates, now you have the familiar experience with the inhalation, exhalation. So it is, we take as the form, feeling, sensation, formation, and the consciousness. So those are the 5 aggregates. So in that level, in the very first level, we now recognize inhalation, exhalation from there and start to observe the feeling. So that is very important. So it is kind of like the feeling is one of the most important part in our life, this becoming nature. Knowingly or unknowingly, the feelings are guiding us. We are looking for feelings. We are addicted to feelings. We are depending from feelings. So that is why just learn to see the very behavior of the feelings in the very first level. How you do it. So when the inhalation happens, see what kind of feelings that you can gain out of the feelings. It is not you doing anything, it is happening to you. And just be with that. And stay calm and relax, settle down and observe. And then you will see exhalation happens. So when the exhalation happens, there are different feelings arise, and that the feelings that happen to exhalation disappear itself. And now exhalation arise, with that exhalation, then that feelings arise. So in between this, what you can see, the change. It is nobody doing it. It is not happening because of your wish, and it not happening because of someone else's command. It is happening following the inhalation, exhalation. Then you itself recognize the cause and effect. And also you recognize the impermanent, very nature of the impermanent and the change. Just follow it. Don't interfere with it. Just follow it and stay with it little by little, allow things to happen and learn to experience the change, knowingly that you experience. So if you're able to get into that, and then little by little you will see, and sometimes sensation or the thoughts, maybe you're not going to see, but it different person to person. But when the feelings arise, and according to that feelings, in a deeper, your mind also change. So now you see the feeling, the breathings happening, and according to that, the feelings arise, and according to that feeling, inside that sensation, formations mean thoughts, and not only that, the entire your mind change. It take more than 1 second. This entire process happening, what you feel, and at the same time, your awareness, the way you look, the point of reference, that everything change moment by moment, moment by moment. You experience it without interfering to it. So then you recognizing the observer itself changing with what you observe. The observer itself change with what you observe. So in the Vipassana level, that what we remember, in the Vipassana level, you don't follow any kind of method. You completely become free from all the patterns, all the methods. Just relax your mind and observe the change. That is it. And so in there, because in the very nature, there's no pattern. This all the patterns happen in the conventional life. In this eternal life, no pattern. But in the conventional life method, we try to take it to Vipassana. No, we cannot do that. You can see it when it comes to deeper tranquility state. From there, once you start to observe how this deconstructive mind work, you're going to experience once you start to observe without any kind of interfering to the feelings again and again. So once you see the change again and again, just observe it and go with the change. And in the samatha level, the very nature of this tranquility state of mind, we always go with the perception, and it's a kind of like this perception perceived by deceptive mind. That is the samatha. Perceptions perceived by deceptive mind. So whatever you experience, it is not completely real, but you experience something. But in the vipassana level means you change that pattern. So the samatha level of experience mean, in an ordinary life experience mean, the perceptions, whatever you perceived by this deceptive mind, it's always take you to something. Why? Because it has a connection with the mental formations. That's why you are not free to see what you experience. So in the tranquility state, you completely settle down with this experience and interference, your mental formation. So then the mind come to a point. In the vipassana level, you experience how inside your mind happening. And just be with the feelings and see how the feelings change. Don't interfere. Just go little by little. If the mind go here and there, bring it back. And at the same time, remember, you sitting not to find the calmness, not to find the relax, not to find the comfort. You sit, you spend your whole time to gain the wisdom, to see the ultimate truth. You want to see how things come to be as they are. So that is the purpose. So with that purpose, let's practice a little bit. Okay, so your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes yourself 3 times and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times, please. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also, think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. So, in the beginning, relax your body. Following my words mentally, relax your body, relax your head, relax your forehead, relax your eyebrows, relax your eyes, relax your ears, relax your nose, relax your upper lip, relax your lower lip, relax your chin, relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth, relax your tongue, relax your mouth, relax your throat, relax your neck, relax your shoulders, relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax your abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax your all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. So relax your knee, relax your calf muscles, and relax your foot and toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. Release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. Bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. And deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalation, exhalation to happen itself. And just observe and recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. Just observe this is rising, this is falling, and follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. Observe the very nature of inhalation, exhalation. Some inhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold, like. Keep your attention to the feelings arise by the inhalation, exhalation, and observe the feelings and see how it changes moment by moment. How your whole experience change, followed by the feelings and followed by the inhalation, exhalation. Bring attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. So, mentally repeat after me with clear intention yourself. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion, beginning from your heart, forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, to your right side, downward and upward. To all six directions at once. like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, when it comes to ordinary life, there are certain qualities that we always like to appreciate. And without knowingly that kind of lifestyle itself going to keep us on this sansaric journey. So one of that kind of thing is contentment. We always like to be happy and we always look for contentment. And it is very necessary for the ordinary person. So, but you have to have idea why you have to have the contentment. Because just having the contentment not going to bring you any kind of development in your life. It will only for that moment, it will bring kind of facilities yourself to be settled down. Because we have worldly nature. That being contentment doesn't mean it's not going to affect by the worldly nature. Because that contentment also surrender to the worldly nature. So then if you don't see the bigger picture, and sometimes the contentment itself that you achieve can make you unhappy. So in the Vipassana level, that's why when you have the purpose to find the wisdom, the highest wisdom as a human being. So the Vipassana level of wisdom is the highest wisdom that any human being can achieve. So already 2600 years ago, the Buddha himself already taught this path to the world. But I don't know why so far the people couldn't understand that path. Because people, if they really look for the happiness and satisfaction, that is the place to stop. That is the place to settle down in the Vipassana level. Even then in that Vipassana level, that doesn't mean you suddenly get into enlightenment. You suddenly going to transform this everything and becoming nothing. That deeper in conventionally, even that having a deep Vipassana level of understanding make you completely free from this struggle of life. That is the most important part. So then we look for the contentment. Of course, in this conventional life, it is very necessary. But at the same time, remember, there is an art being discontent. So sometimes that we are afraid to become discontent. We try to always resist that nature. So that itself bring the fear. But just look yourself. When you have the contentment, who having that contentment? You. So who is that you? means that's your mind. That's your mental formations. That's your sanskara. That's your body. That's your ideas. That's your feelings. That's your thoughts. That's your name. So is that permanent? So then when you come to contentment for a moment, so whatever you settle down, whatever you experience, whatever you feel more comfortable, do you think it's going to be permanent? Then again, you're going to go to the contentment. Again, you're going to go to the contentment. The thing is, once you have that contentment, if you don't learn the lesson, let it go, you are in a big trouble. So look that when you have money, so why you should have money? That without a purpose, when you have money, that is one of the biggest misery that you can have in your life. But look, when you have a purpose for something, buying a car or buying a house or doing some project, when you have something, it directs you to that level, little by little, little by little. So how about you don't have any purpose and suddenly you're going to get a lot of money. Then you go here and there and spending, and that is going to bring a big trouble to you. So even look up the most of the rich people, once they become millionaires, what they does mostly, they start to do project and they start to invest it, put back that money all to the society and in many different ways. And they become more generous and start to release, and becoming generous means releasing from that. So the contentment is also the same. So what you have, what you settle down, if you don't develop that moment to attain to higher place, that itself going to become a big risk. So then in life, once you have the contentment, in the vipassana level, what is happening in the tranquility state, you develop the mind to stay in one point. So listen this very carefully and understand this very carefully and try to get what I mean. So you develop the mind, and then when you come to vipassana level, you deconstruct the mind. There is no mind in vipassana. You come to a point that everything going to become formless. So in that very moment, there is no person to experience the tranquility state. So that is the highest. So the contentment also the same. Once you get the contentment in life, using that contentment, and you have to discontent that mindset. Because otherwise, if you cannot do it, it become like a net. You get tangled to that. So then again and again, it becomes the part of the samsara. But having a comfortable, that the pleasant journey is not our purpose. Ending the journey is the purpose. So for that, then always remember that how to discontent this, the contentment. You experience it, nothing wrong. You come to a point, you experience, you have the money, you become rich, and then you give everything. How about that? You have everything, and then you give up everything. How about that? You accumulate everything, and then you give up everything. How about that? How the see that how the mind going to experience that? The vipassana the same. You come to physical, mental, that all the containment and the happiness and the satisfaction and the joy, the pleasure, everything. And then from there, you release that everything. That mental satisfaction, mental comfort, mental joy is the highest than this physical. In this physical world, what you look for through things, through places, through people, through material, you never going to find. Why? Because it is inside you. You look, you try to find it through others. So somehow you're going to end within yourself. So that this mental satisfaction, mental joy, mental pleasure is more higher than the soul. So the vipassana level in the tranquility meditation, you achieve to that. And when it comes to the vipassana level of understanding, you release that everything from your mind. That is where your mind get out of all the mental formations. Otherwise, if you experience something, if you look for something or some place to settle down, remember, it is still belong to the samsara. So if you look for the contentment and stay there, that's mean that is kind of like you finding a more safe place, thinking it is a safe place for you, but still it belong to worldly nature. It belong to conditions. If something belong to conditions, that always belong to change. So then in conventionally for children, it is good. We have to tell, when we use with the material things and practice the contentment. It is good. Otherwise, they always keep asking from parents, so whatever they have, have the contentment. Then it make your mind more relaxed and comfortable. But don't settle down there. That is the point. Don't settle down there and go beyond it. And then get the ability, get used to discontent. Once you able to go with the discontent, and you're not going to disturb, you're not going to look for contentment, then it itself become a blessing for you. Itself your mind going to be rest. So that is the art of practicing vipassana. I think it is for all human beings. If all human beings practice that, I every day wish in my heart, if the all human beings practice this vipassana, art of this living, even in conventional level of vipassana, there is the vipassana level that not conventional mind, but even at least this understanding in this conventional level of the idea about the vipassana, it's going to take that human life to a completely different place, that himself, not about others, herself, not about others, that himself, herself, that going to have a very comfortable life deeper in their own heart. What else they need? So that's why you have to learn. So today, I'm going to tell you this, how to discontent. Because this contentment we're looking through love in a certain way. And in the love that we have in this conventional life, inherent with some beautiful things, and sometimes you never thought about it. And even you never had time to look what is this inside love. So today I'm going to unveil and take out your love from this cocoon and see and what is wrapped with it, and see what it is. So there are, when it comes to this conventional love, there are certain things. It's mainly 8 qualities. So one is, people love to be needy, and they always like to be needy. If other person need you, you like it. Even the God the same. If all the humanity don't go to any place, and if don't pray the God going to be depressed. They like, people like and go and pray, they like. See, that they also have that needy idea. If the whole entire human being, just imagine just for a moment, if the entire the humanity, for a moment, if they come to a point not to have any single thought about the God, forget about it, give up completely. no need anymore. They take out that neediness, and then they go depressed because they like when you pray. Anybody, if anybody like when they call your name, if anybody like, yourself, if somebody, call you and tell always your name, send messages, send emails, always look and see how you do, and then people like it. So that is itself keep you bound to this samsara. So in the vipassana level, one thing, you can have the love, but challenge yourself. Then you will see how peaceful, how beautiful your life you can experience. And don't be needy. Be completely free from others. And don't love to be needy. And if other people come to see you, ask about you and looking for you, so then you feel so comfortable. You feel so happy. Get out of it. It's nothing to do with the love. These things cover up your love, and because of that, it's like the cloud cover the sun, cover the moon, you cannot shine. Those are the things. One is you love to be needy, get out of that. So then you become more strong. You will see. You become confident. So in the practice of vipassana, one of the thing is you become confident. Then see that when the Buddha himself, all the 5 ascetics and everybody disappeared, how he attained to enlightenment? Himself. So get out of this needy mindset. And even don't have children. And don't inject this needy mind. There's sometimes parent that not allow children to be independent. They parenting children thinking, you need me. Without me, you cannot. Without me, you cannot live. Without me, you cannot successful. Without me, you cannot go and get it. There are people I have seen. And they tell. They only think, oh, you need me. Oh, even the monks, even the gurus. Oh, without me, you cannot attain to enlightenment. You have to. You need me. So see, that's this mindset. Oh, without me, you cannot do the prayers. No. Oh, without me, you cannot do that. You cannot build that. You cannot become like that. No. We develop that mindset. The whole world. The entire this nowadays, this politics and everything, economy and the marketing world, the pharmaceutical, without us, you cannot be healthy. You need us to be healthy. So without me, you cannot find your happiness. No, 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 you need me. So this love to be needy, it is so big. It makes the whole world disaster. Remember that. It never going to heal the world with the love. It always going to make this place disaster. Same thing with your love also. If you love to be needy, remember you going to end up being unhappy. So then get out of the needy. Deconstruct your mind from that. And then other thing is discontent from being need, that love to be need. The second one is love to be sad. Oh, it's kind of like people and they waiting to be sad. Like that's why the Chinese movie industry becoming so big. Why? Because it's always end with the sadness. People like to be sad. And once a while, once a week, if they don't get sad, it's kind of like they don't eat. So they love to be sad. It's in conventional love, it is a part. So when you're having an affair, look how to get the attraction, and always like to you so like you are so sad. So people like it. People love to be sad. In the vipassana level, no. You get out. You keep the love. You get out of the sad. You don't love to be sad. Remember that. Try yourself and you will see. Because this is a kind of way that we behave, we build up our world. We abuse the real love from these unnecessary things. And we covered, we trapped, we wrap these things with that, and you cannot, real love, you cannot shine. So one thing is needy, the second one is sad. So get out of it. Don't be sad. Why you have to be sad? In real life, ask you from your parents that when you become matured, look the life that you had in the past, and when the situations that happened, that whatever you felt sad, you feel shy yourself. You feel kind of like you feel, oh, what an idiot I am. That time I used to be so worried. So I used to be so sad. So then the sad that you're going to have in this moment also, within another 10 years, you see it is kind of like that. So don't be sad in life. Don't love to be sad. It's a kind of like, sometimes that you have to express your deepest sympathy, but it doesn't mean to be sad, because when you sad, it shrink your mind. It never open you. It weaken you. It bring unnecessary thoughts, that this kind of disease and the toxin, it create kind of like things, chemicals in you when you become sad. So and how about when you love to be sad, it kind of like you attach to disease. So becoming sad is a disease. Remember that. Maybe you love to become that, but you are in trouble. So get into the vipassana level, and then discontent, deconstruct your mind from becoming this love to becoming sad. And the the third one is love to become weak. It's in front of you others. It's always you don't want to be strong. You intensely become weak. You love to become weak, and you can do it yourself. But you ask, oh, I cannot do it. Can you do it for me? So, and sometimes you know what to do, you know how to do, and then but you show that weakness. And that is a kind of like people love to become weak, and especially in front of the politicians, in front of the chairman, in front of the leaders. Sometimes even in front of the monks, in front of the guru, in front of the teacher, and you feel like you show you kind of like you are weak. Don't do that. It's kind of like you abusing yourself. So don't love to be weak. If you strong, keep that. Because this weakness is the one of the thing, that's why that you cannot achieve to this. Because other people, that always, once you become addiction to become weak, and and you always become a debtor to somebody and something, some ideas, the same thing. That's why in the vipassana level, when it come to your life, you never allow to become weak. Any single moment you not allow your mind to decline. It always incline, incline, incline. That is where you go to the wisdom. Even in front of your husband, wife, children, friends and families, never show off. You go decline as paying respect maybe, and maybe you want to be nice to others, and maybe you want to that to show you are so loyal to others. Don't show that you are weak. That is you destroying yourself. You will never end the samsara. You go with it, the samsara. So that is it. And other thing is the fourth one, you love to be careless. You love to be careless. It's other people appreciate when you become careless. Oh, you do whatever you want. Oh, you You eat whatever, you go wherever, you do anything that come to, oh, people appreciate, oh, he's like this, she's like this, oh, she do a whatever. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't be foolish yourself. Don't destroy yourself. Be careful means that to put the attention and be mindful. Just know what you're doing. And why you love to be careless. Especially look at this young generation, this extreme sports. Destroy one moment of life, destroy everything. How many children die every day? Unnecessary. Having a human life is very rare. Taking this, take care in this life is not easy. And maybe not only you, and sometimes when you become careless, your parents become unhappy and they cannot sleep and they always worry inside and they burning inside their heart thinking about my children, why they became like that. As a husband, wife, when you become careless yourself, maybe other person is the person that love you. In this entire world, sometimes people love more than you don't see it. So when you become careless, what is happening? It gives the burning, the pain to other people. So don't allow to be careless. So see, that's why you become, see that's why I give you one point that, to make it more clear. So when the Prince Siddhartha, when he wrote 6 years practicing, he almost died. And he almost died. Everybody thought he'd already dead. And then he understood, hey, I cannot become like this. And then he get into the mind. And then he wake up himself. And start to go. And then he became strong little by little. And he start to become careful. So ourselves the same. Then what you eat, wherever you go, what you do. And you cannot become careless. But some people like to play with the life. And people like to take risks. But remember, practicing vipassana and getting into the vipassana is the real risk that if you can get. Try it. So don't be careless as ordinary person, because it's giving burning to other people. Especially not the people you don't know. Mostly the people who ever love you, they're going to have the fear, sadness, worry regarding you. So that is not good. Because whoever love you, at least try to give the peace to that people. So that is how, then take care of yourself. Especially wherever your parents, they will be happy about you. So love to be careless. So take out that. Deconstruct your mind from that. And discontent your mind from that. So the other one is that dependent mind. Always that love to be depend from others. It's like beggars. And you have everything. Nothing wrong there. That you can do things better than sometimes, better than others. But still, always depending. Always depending. No, get out of that. If you need the help, it is okay. But there is something that you can do without depending from others. Just try to do that. And then incline it. Incline that quality. Don't decline yourself, your mindset. So dependency. People love to be dependent. Even the nations. And they always get they like to depending from other nations. Then when they hear that other countries give money, they feel so happy. And they come to street and they dance. Oh, we got this much money from other countries. So like that. And they never want to become better and find their own lifestyle. No, they always like to, if everything coming from other countries and everything, that take care from other people, they become so happy about depending. So when you practice vipassana, no, deeply, emotionally, that the your with the thoughts, even your attitude in day-to-day life, you not become like that. So you come out of that love to be depend. That you come out of that nature. And the other thing is that you always look that others the approval, appreciation. Otherwise, you don't feel anything. So other people need to appreciate you, cheer you. No, that is a conventional life. You are better than that. So there are few people sometimes in the world, they have the strong mind even not to hear that what others says. That is that kind of people come to success. Even conventional life, even eternally in practicing meditation also. So it is okay, you hear other people, you get the opinions, but don't love to get the opinion. That is a mistake. You always love to hear other people appreciate you. So then you lose the joy inside. You kill your creativity. Remember that. If you depend on others' opinion, you kill your creativity. You cannot become real who you are. You always become puppet, kind of like a somebody. No, don't become like that. Another thing is the eighth one, the people like to have love to have wrong views. And when everybody see the right, that person want to take a wrong view. They hold it to wrong view. They like to. It's kind of like they have kind of like they thinking when they go against the right view, it's kind of like a radical. It's kind of like they are kind of like they become happy, kind of like a jihadis mindset. That's how they are people, sometimes people. And when everybody, they see this is not good to do, this is the right thing to do, but they don't take it. They don't accept it. They want to show up. Oh, I am young. Oh, I am strong. I am better than others. I want to show. I go with the wrong way. So people like to have the wrong views. So those are the 8 things that our love, that whatever you mean by love, this your emotional love, the your ordinary, this conventional love, this is what that bound with. So if you able to take out this all the qualities, this that I mentioned, this all the unnecessary qualities, becoming needy, and love to be sad, and love to be weak, and love to be careless, love to be lazy, and love to be depending, and love to be lazy. And that is one of the biggest thing. People, they addicted to be lazy. So then remember, in practicing meditation, it always make you awake, awake, awake. So don't get into that part. Don't decline your mind. So love to be lazy and always depending mind, and love to be controlled by others, and love to have wrong views. So get out of this all as soon as possible. At least have an idea. One day I want to get out of this. That worth for you. And it will purify you. Maybe this is not the time. Maybe you cannot do it today, maybe. But at least have idea. I'm going to purify myself. So you can hear this video again and again. And you can go into the YouTube or the Facebook and learn these 8 qualities, that the unnecessary qualities. You wrap your love with this and get out of this, and from tomorrow, like the sunrise, and you're going to shine, and there is no fear, and you're going to have the confidence yourself. And in this samsaric journey, wherever you go, and no one can defeat you, and yourself, one day you're going to find the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.